Recorded live at Sunset Studios, Perka TV proudly presents Marshall's Motivational Monday Moment.
Good morning, everyone. Another TGIM, December the 6th, 2020. The year keeps going on, but it is coming to an end. This morning, I'm coming to you for the Monday morning motivational moment through the magic of Perka TV. We've created and used videography here to maybe make this a little bit more interesting, and hope you can listen to this through and through all to the end and maybe listen to it again. It's chock full of information this morning. We've all heard, for a retail business, the probably most important thing they can have is three of these things: location, location, and location. That's the most important thing for a retail business. Foot traffic must come in, right? So if you're, entertaining that idea, make sure you're in a good place. Of course, going virtually now, going on the internet, it's a whole different game. But you still need to have the location to be able to get the people to come in. Well, for a business like ours, if you will, a service business, making things, delivering hard products to clients in their own abode, the three most important things that are vital to the success, because it's very people oriented, it's very people concentrated, are: one, communication; two, communication; and three, communication. Exactly, communication. That is the number one thing. There's a lot of important things, but the most important is our ability to communicate. Who's putting up Christmas lights right now, right? If our bulbs are not communicating, what happens? One bulb decides he don't want to work or she don't want to work, and the whole friggin' thing don't work. Or a good part of it doesn't work, and then you don't know where to go, where to start. I struggled for 4 hours trying to fix the ears of a deer that one bulb created the whole havoc of. The whole antler wouldn't work. So it's so important that we get this idea. Each and every one of us is a vital, crucial, important cog in this chain, in this continuity. Everyone must communicate. Now, communication, that's a whole subject in and of itself. And I'm going to go through it real quick here so that you get the idea how important it is. DWC, don't wait, communicate. Vital. You know something that somebody else needs to know or should know, say it. And even if they shouldn't, because you're not sure, say it anyway. And if you don't know if they heard it because they didn't acknowledge you, say it again. Don't wait, communicate. You have to have the continuity to keep all the bulbs working in this tree. Right. Now, another way to do a little bit of preventative on the DWC is what we call TAC. Think ahead and communicate. If you think ahead, you might alleviate a lot of the questions that we get from time to time. So don't wait and communicate, and then think ahead and communicate some more, just in case you might be getting a question. Now, why do we do this? Why do we want to have such good continuity? Well, it's all about harmony. You've heard me say that before. And of course, the ultimate, not ultimate, but our ultimate for now, synergy. Okay, synergy. That's how you get it. When everybody's in sync, everybody knows, everybody's watching each other, everybody's moving in a symphony of sorts. It's like you want to get from A to D, okay, location D. And a lot of times you go via B or you go via C because the direct path is not clear. Okay, that's like communication. Direct path's not clear, so then you got to go through others, B and C. Here's the deal. We're in this new mode now that we're getting into called CSI. Okay, continuous sustainable improvement. Every day we're seeking out to try and get at least even 1% better, just a little bit. But to do that, we must be communicating, DWC, TAC, and here's the kicker on the A to D thing. Stop going through B or C if you can avoid it by just removing the obstacle in between A and D. And sometimes you say, it's going to take me hours or whatever to fix that obstacle. But how many times are we wasting going around? How much time do we waste going around when we could go through if we would just fix it once and for all? Case in point, in our shop, every morning we take all our equipment out that we had to put in from the night before. Stuff that we don't necessarily use all day, use from time to time, trailers, little trucks, different things that that are in the way, if you will. We just put them outside. But every morning we're taking them out, and then we take them back in. We haven't removed the obstacle yet. What's the obstacle? More space, which we're working on. We're trying to build a lean-to. But the other one is to maybe try and find a way to put it somewhere else so that we don't have to move it. I know it's something we got to think about and something we got to figure out so we can stop this, because the amount of time that we waste every morning to take this equipment in and out and every night is getting ridiculous. So that's one of the things as an example of how we can do it. Now, in communication, real quick, there are 5 aspects: the how, the when, the what, the why, and the who. Okay? How? We must communicate kindly and presuming innocent of another. I made several mistakes this past week. I'm getting a little COVID tired, a little COVID stress, but not COVID, just the whole pandemic thing, if you will. And I made some assumptions. And guess what happens? You make an assumption, right? You assume. You make an ass out of you and me, mostly me. So we have to be very, very careful when we do communicate. Don't presume that someone is after you or against you or not with you. Maybe they just don't know what you know, and they need to know by more communication. So kindness first. Then if it has to elevate or escalate, you take it from there if you so choose. But very, very, very seldom does anything less than kindness truly serve, especially in the long run, which is where we're at. When? ASAP. When we must communicate ASAP. And often, like I said earlier, there's 3-petition, like 3-peat. Say it 3 times if you have to. It's a 2-way street, so there must be a give back on a communication. When you communicate, you hopefully get some sort of acknowledgement. It can be words, it can be verbal, or it can be non-verbal. Even a nod is good. That's communication. So it's got to be 2-way street with the one goal being harmony or synergy, so that we can keep this tree lit up totally. What? Right? What? Now, what? We got the how, the when, and the what. The what is truth. Pure and simple, unadulterated truth. That's the best. You play games, you try and tell somebody what you think they want to hear, no good. It's going to get you in trouble. It's not going to make things better in the long run. Might save you 10 minutes or 15 minutes of some sort of peace or no stress, but that's not going to work. We're in this for the long game. You ought to be, not to ought on anybody because it causes hardening of the arteries, right? But we ought to all be in this for the long haul. Over time, this is so much better. So be like a true good friend. Tell them the truth, lovingly, kindly, but give the truth. We're all innocent till proven guilty, all right? So don't really jump the gun. And even when we think someone else is guilty, it's probably because they're carrying a cross that maybe are not sharing or willing to share just yet, although the DWCTAC factor could help in that process if and when it's right. But we don't know what we don't know. And if someone else is carrying a heavy cross, then they may look like they're not innocent. So let's be a little more compassionate if we can. Why? Because we want to reduce stress. I mean, that's our strong motto for our business, for our company, Team Perka. Stress-free solution seeking. That's the priority, because you know what happens when you reduce stress? You are more healthy. You reduce the ticker issues that you might be able to run into, and then the eating issues, because you gotta feed the hunger of some sort, right? So we want to reduce the stress. We're going to last longer. We're going to have a better quality of life, and that is the why behind why we communicate and want to communicate in a DWCTAC fashion. And the final one, who? Everybody. Nobody should be exempted from information that is relevant to them for us. Okay? So even some of the guys you might think, he's just this or he's just that. No, everyone becomes an important one, a part of this. Because in that tree, there is not one bulb that is less or more important than another. Every single one of them has to get the juice and has to give the juice. And if you're on a team type environment, like unless you're a one-man show, a one-man operation, you must include everyone. So that's a big deal right there. So there you have it. Communication 101, high speed, how, when, what, why, and who with the DWC and the TAC for the CSI. You got it? So to conclude, I just want to say to you and ask you right now, communicate back with me. Give me a thumbs up reply on this email, or give me a little sign that you are acknowledging and listening to this, to communicate so that you are a bulb in our tree that is going to stay lit and want to help others stay lit. I don't mean lit in the litting, at the bar type of thing, right? I lit up my Christmas trees last night, then I went up and lit up myself. No, not that kind of lit. You understand? So here's the thing. If you do that, give me a thumbs up, and you add, what is your favorite gift card that you like to get? Is it like ice cream from Dairy Queen? Or is it from Menards? Which one do you like? Or would you like one of these t-shirts as a reminder to DWC TAC? If you do that, I will send you either a gift card of your preference or a t-shirt with the DWC on it. Deal? What do you think? Communicate back. Please, please communicate. It's going to help us stay lit, bulb-wise. Okay? So be safe, be smart, be kind, but of course, ultimately, be stress-free and happy. Thank you all for listening right to this very end. I very, 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 very much appreciate you all. Stay safe so we can do the blinkety blink and the honk of the horn and the clappity clap for everybody's good health. Cheers.